The Alaskan Malamute is the official state dog of Alaska, USA. Originally bred to pull heavy loads, this pedigree dog is considered the largest and strongest of all sled dogs. History and origin of the Alaskan Malamute. Also known as Mali, the dog's name originates from the Indian Inuit tribe of the Malamute. Up until the 19th century, it was regarded as the oldest and only dog breed of the Northern Arctic. For over 2,000 years, the dog has been used to pull sledges in the Arctic to help people transport goods. At the beginning of the last century, the Alaskan Malamute became famous for the sport of dog sledding. As it became increasingly crossbred with other dog breeds, the existence of the purebred Alaskan Malamute was threatened. Fortunately, breeding was resumed in 1926, and this wonderful breed was preserved, retaining some of its original wolf characteristics. Appearance of the Alaskan Malamute. The FCI requires a height at withers of around 64 cm in males and 59 cm in females, while the weight in males should be around 34 kilos and in females 28 kilos. Large dogs of this breed can even weigh over 50 kilos. Furthermore, if the FCI is not too strict in complying with the standards here, the proportions and the ratio of size to weight should be consistent. The life expectancy is usually between 10 to 12 years. The Alaskan Malamute can often be confused with the Siberian Husky. However, the breed standard stipulates that the Mali should only have brown eyes, as according to the FCI, blue eyes would be a breeding defect. Additionally, the Malamute has a much stronger physique than the Husky. Their short but dense top coat and their soft, greasy and long 3 to 5 centimeters undercoat protects them well against wet and cold. Numerous different color variations are allowed for this breed, from black-white to brown-white, red-white, gray-white and wolf-gray. Mixtures of these different color nuances, as well as pure white coat, are also allowed. A Malamute's head is quite broad, with a very large muzzle, almond-shaped eyes and relatively small triangular ears. The dog's white mask on its face is quite striking and emphasizes its noble appearance. Nature and character of the Alaskan Malamute. It is a very balanced, friendly and playful dog, but one which needs a lot of attention. The dog is intelligent, self-confident and can have a tendency to be a bit stubborn and dominant. Therefore, the dogs require consistent training from an early age. The Mali is a very sociable and hard-working dog that likes to be around other dogs of the same species. It especially likes to be in a pack and at least paired with another dog, which also helps its mental well-being. However, because they're not always suspicious of strangers, they're not recommended as guard dogs. But they will always defend their owner quite fearlessly. Exercise and care of the Alaskan Malamute. The Mali has an enormous desire to move. They need a lot of exercise, which makes them unsuitable as city dogs. In winter, they love nothing more than pulling a sledge through the deep snow or taking part in a dog sled race. Away from snow, they are happy to run alongside their owner when jogging or cycling. Alaskan Malamutes have a particularly high requirement for fatty dog food. This must be taken into consideration, particularly if the dogs are to be fed on a biologically appropriate raw food (BAF) diet, because raw food alone often contains too little carbohydrates and fat. Occasionally, a genetic skin disease, zinc-responsive dermatosis, can affect Malamutes. This occurs when the dog is unable to absorb enough zinc from its food. Besides this, the dogs can also often be affected by hip dysplasia and hereditary cataracts. Their thick coats simply require regular brushing.